Namaste, Jagdish here. As part of our conversations on learning for transformation, we are entering episode 18 of the series. Episode 18 is going to look at lesson 17. And as had been said in the introduction itself, each of these episodes can be watched as a separate entity and as an exclusive entity and we appropriate whatever is relevant for my uh, state of learning or the kind of learning that I'm causing in my children. It can be the look like that, or you can look at the whole series one after the other in a sequence or in several combinations of your own way to see what you can make sense of the education and learning itself. In the lesson 17, we probably will have to extend what we had been discussing in the last few episodes. In the last few episodes, we are trying to examine what is quality learning. Quality learning is nothing but a sandwich of life and connection with society. Now, the quality of life is a function of the quality of learning itself, and the quality of learning is a function of the quality of engagement. Now, I'm not using the word learning in esoteric terms, but I'm using these terms pedagogically. When I say pedagogically, the principles that actually constitutes learning, and since pedagogy is not an independent science, it is eclectic. It is based on psychology, philosophy, spiritual explorations, and other metaphysical exploration that keeps happening all around the world all the time. These things actually keep influencing what actually is called as learning. Today, the world can be analyzed in two different ways. Number one, a mind-boggling pace of expansion of the external world. Artificial intelligence, data science have expanded the world, which we no longer are able to predict. That's there. Equally is a fact that there is a huge amount of metaphysical exploration that's happening. These changes probably have always been there since the time life began on Earth. It has always been there. But only thing is that now, today we have a technology, we have the electronics, which actually makes us access all these kind of developments that are happening both in the world of metaphysics and in the world of the external world. Just go to YouTube. I'm also using YouTube right away. In YouTube, you can have thousands of explorations of thousands of spiritual masters and seekers who are actually questioning, who are actually consuming a lot of knowledge. Similarly, you can also see the extensive amount of development that's happening in the external world also in very, very sensitive areas like artificial intelligence and data science. Given this nature, what is actually quality learning? What actually constitutes quality learning? Can schools cause quality learning? Can teachers cause quality learning? Or is it the parents' responsibility to cause quality learning? Whose responsibility is it? Ideally speaking, it is a responsibility of the whole society. To the extent the society is, to that extent the schools are. Institutions are just responses to the way society is seen from our eyes. And what institutes are generally what the demands of the parents, the customers is. It cannot be anything beyond that. That is all what a school does. So when we look at learning, learning involves our ability to see what is not. What is not is the important thing that if we are able to show our children, that's where learning happens. Now, children do not know kangaroo. Children may not know tropical deciduous forests. Children may not have even heard of World War II. Making sense of the world which is not visible, like moon, astronomy, the orbit of the planets around the sun, these are all not seen. Making sense of what is not seen can be trained by really having an engagement collectively, a commitment collectively to engage in a conversation that's far beyond what is right away in front of me. How can we do that? That is what is called as expanding, the simple way of expanding a story into an epic. If you remember, in one of the earlier conversations, I remember talking to you about the Arabian Nights story where Shahzadeh keeps on narrating a story and that single story becomes 1000 stories. The stories from Arabian Nights. Similarly, here, the need for constant exploration is visible only in the democratic conversations that we can cause in schools. in any place where children are engaged. How do we cause the democratic schooling? Democratic conversation is what education and learning is all about. Thank you so much. We'll be in touch. Last conversation. Namaste.